The diamond glittered under the kitchen's fluorescent light, a cruel, mocking sparkle. Olivia held her wrist out, twisting it back and forth, a smug smile playing on her lips. Like it. It's new. My stomach churned. I knew that smile. It was the one she wore when she'd landed a big client, closed a difficult deal, or gotten away with something. This time, it felt different. Heavier, laden with a secret. It's impressive, I managed, forcing down the bile rising in my throat. We'd been struggling financially. I'd been working double shifts at the warehouse, pulling my back out for overtime pay just to keep us afloat. A diamond tennis bracelet wasn't exactly in our budget. Where did you get it? Her smile widened. A client. A thank you for all my hard work. Olivia worked in marketing. Thank you gifts were usually branded pens and cheap wine, not rocks the size of baby teeth. Something was definitely off. That night, sleep evaded me. The image of the bracelet, flashing like a warning beacon, kept me awake. I tossed and turned, replaying our conversation, dissecting her every word, every micro-expression. Something in her eyes, a flicker of guilt perhaps, had lodged itself in my mind. The next morning, driven by a gnawing suspicion, I did something I'd never thought I'd do. I went through her purse. I know, invasive, unethical, all of that. But something primal had taken over. I needed answers. Tucked in a side pocket, beneath a crumpled tissue and a half-eaten protein bar, was a receipt. Not from a jewelry store, but from a high-end restaurant downtown, Le Papillon Bleu. The date on the receipt matched the night Olivia claimed she'd been working late. The total was eye-watering. Enough for a romantic dinner and a diamond tennis bracelet. My blood ran cold. I recognized the name of the restaurant. It was a favorite of Richard Harding, the CEO of the company Olivia worked for. A slick, silver-haired charmer with a reputation for being generous with his female employees. The kind of generosity that came with strings attached. Diamond-encrusted strings. I spent the next few days in a haze of anger and hurt. I couldn't eat, I could barely sleep. Every interaction with Olivia felt like a performance, a charade. I watched her, studied her, searching for further clues. She, in turn, seemed oblivious to my inner turmoil, basking in the glow of her new trinket and her illicit affair. Then, one afternoon, I saw it. A text message flashed across her phone screen while it was charging on the kitchen counter. Can't wait to see you again tonight, my beautiful Olivia. Confirmed my suspicions. It was Harding. My heart pounded in my chest. I wanted to confront her right then and there, to scream and rage and let all the pain out. But I held back. I needed a plan for revenge. My revenge started subtly. I started booking fake business trips, leaving Olivia alone in our house, consumed by her guilt and paranoia. I'd text her from airports and hotels, while I was actually just a few blocks away, watching Harding's sleek Mercedes pull into our driveway. I hired a private investigator to document their every clandestine meeting, every stolen kiss, every lie. The final piece of my plan fell into place during the company's annual Christmas party. Olivia, radiant in a red dress, clung to Harding's arm like a trophy wife. The bracelet, of course, was prominently displayed. I waited until their moment in the spotlight, during Harding's annual speech, when the entire company was gathered, hanging on his every word. Then, I stepped forward, a microphone in my hand. The room fell silent. I'd like to propose a toast, I said, my voice steady and clear, despite the turmoil raging within me. To Richard Harding, a generous man. So generous, in fact, that he bought my wife that beautiful bracelet she's wearing. Olivia's face paled. Harding's jaw dropped. The room erupted in murmurs. You see, I continued, holding up a large photo of the restaurant receipt, Richard's generosity extends beyond the office. He's been so kind as to treat my wife to lavish dinners, expensive gifts, and, I suspect, much more. I then projected onto the screen behind me a slideshow of photos taken by the private investigator, images of Olivia and Harding embracing, kissing, entering hotels. The gasps in the room were audible. Olivia's face crumpled. She looked like a deer caught in headlights. Harding, however, recovered quickly. He blustered, stammered, trying to deny everything, claiming it was all a misunderstanding. But the evidence was irrefutable. The whispers turned into shouts. The crowd turned on him. His carefully constructed image, his reputation, his career, all crumbled before his eyes. Olivia dropped to her knees, sobbing. The bracelet, now a symbol of her deceit and humiliation, slipped from her wrist and clattered onto the marble floor. I didn't stay to watch the fallout. I turned and walked away, leaving the wreckage of their affair behind me. The pain was still there, raw and stinging, but there was also a sense of closure, of justice served. Later that night, I sat alone in our empty house, the silence deafening. The diamond bracelet lay on the kitchen counter, gleaming under the fluorescent light. I picked it up, the cold metal heavy in my palm. It was a reminder of the betrayal, the lies, the pain. But it was also a reminder of my own strength, my resilience, my ability to rise from the ashes. The next day, I took the bracelet to a pawn shop. The money wasn't much, but it was enough for a down payment on a small apartment. A fresh start, a new beginning, and this time, it would be mine alone.